name's Nate, and my topic for tonight is revealing how past and present concepts of Asheville might be revealed through design, particularly graphic design. I was born and raised in Asheville, but I've just returned from living in London, where I studied design history at the world's largest museum of design. My time abroad has only served to intensify the deep feeling that I have for my home place. So the first thing I wanted to share this evening is the current official logo for Asheville. Seen up top, this design was unveiled in 2005 after the Asheville Convention and Visitors Bureau hired Orlando's ad agency Kramer Cresselt to produce it. They also added a new slogan, "Any Way You Like It," to replace "In the Land of the Sky," which sat supreme for over 100 years. Today's logo and slogan serve as advertising and publicity to promote travel and tourism. But let us go back before Asheville was branded. Edwin Wiley Grove made his fortune devising and marketing this, an elixir in the 1890s to prevent malaria. That's how the pharmacist made his millions before he could open 1913's Grove Park Inn. Before Asheville was considered one of the leading resort cities of the southern states, it brought in visitors of a very different sort, the ailing, particularly those with TB. According to doctors throughout this nation, Asheville was a magic mountain, and it was full of sanatoriums, 2 of which are advertised here from ancient city directories. The lesser-known original Battery Park Hotel of 1886 marks the true beginning of elite visitors, and 1912's long-vanished Landgreen Hotel was also a first-rate draw. Vintage postcards serve as picturesque platform for tourism, and I'll make heavy use of them tonight. Promotionals of their day don't just mark their time, but they also hold connections to ongoing debates. When you evaluate this image and slogan, for instance, sent to bring in outside investors, you can see how current debates about locals versus outsiders goes way back. Think about the gall needed to add the disclaimer year-round home as if the only thing you were initially looking at was a vacation home. When Montfort Avenue was so seemingly unoccupied as this, filled predominantly with a streetcar trolley line to the Riverside Cemetery, the allure of untouched nature so close to downtown must have been high. Tonight we've heard about pedestrian advocacy and mapping. Imagine, if you will, a map of the town at this quieter time, and envision the design and effects of foregone modes of mass transit. This postcard street scene of Patton Avenue, looking towards Peck Square, appeals to me as a design artifact because it reveals so many other design artifacts. Not only that of the streetcar lines and the street life of pedestrians, but the topography which adorns itself to architecture, signifying a prominence of graphic design in the environment. More here of Patton Avenue, looking now outwards from the Vance Monument. Walking over the same trolley line we've just seen, the hubbub of pedestrians reigned supreme. From this era into the late 1920s, Peck Square was the heart of city life and hub of area transportation. To jump to a bustling and colorful Patton Avenue of years later with actual cars, we are surrounded by a slew of new signs for stores like Eckert's Pharmacy or the Man Store, who in design and function must reel in drivers and use architecture and signage as such. As well, Haywood Street was advertised as where life is worthwhile, and the Bon March department store was heart and center. Both these advertisements from city directories privileged stylistic design features carried over from the architecture, just as they situate the importance of Asheville as the store's birthplace. And to jump direction completely, I have to include this underappreciated design icon of our land of the sky. The majestic neon hillbilly of the Mountaineer Inn has perched over Tonna Road for more than half a century. This southern Highlander mountain man, gigantic in nature, stands bearded and barefoot, smoking a corncob pipe with shotgun in tow. Also gone are the signs of motor lodges and the greasy spoon of Clingman Avenue, now long gone. Like the Mountaineer Inn, they speak to an era of the car, of drawing in the eyeballs of the passing motorist. They do so using their largeness of scale and their swooping, essentially wayfinding directional shapes, and the friendly cursive lettering. Speaking of festive appeal, this is the first design for Bellshare I can remember from when I was 9. The annual unveiling of the poster and slogan for Bellshare was an event for me before I could even term graphic design. In another connection to design, it was Jim Daniels, owner of Daniels Graphics, a family printing business, who really fathered the festival's start. Beyond the festive foot traffic of Bellshare, downtown Asheville has some curious nooks and crannies, but full of Asheville in spirit and designed ephemera. I took these pictures of Caroline Lane over a decade ago. An ephemera for concerts attached to the trash can even mentions behind Vincent's ear. Bumper stickers seem to hold clues into every Ashevillean stereotype around. Rather, they promote our airport's tagline, local favorites to shop or eat, the preservation of nature, or who one voted for. They mark something solid about Asheville for all time, today, yesterday, and tomorrow. Going even simpler and more into the idea of small is beautiful, this sign from the Sunny Point Cafe's garden in West Asheville has an optimism and approachability. Hand-lettered typography is as do-it-yourself as it comes, but rarely so friendly. And further approaching into local greenery, perhaps an Asheville quirkiness is best asserted through the front yard. Seen on a West Asheville garden stroll some years ago, what more can we say about design in our city than a mushroom mailbox? Of course, nowadays we cannot talk about design in our city without acknowledging the huge push outwards of products made here. So now local is not just a tagline, a neighbor's yard, or the bumper stickers on their neighbor's car. It may be the next buzzing product line. Now, Nobel laureate Herbert Simon gave us one of my favorite definitions of design: the process of planning and devising how we transform existing into preferred situations. The continued efforts of design to promote the Love Asheville Buy Local campaign, shown here by Lance Wild's hand-crank letterpress on the left or the broader logo at right, are taking that definition in mind. And I'll leave you with the last thought from a bumper sticker from Laurie's Catering, by way of an Alan Watson quote. This bumper sticker, my favorite of any from Asheville, graced my own car for many years as a way of bringing Asheville's graphic language along with me on my ride, just as I hope I have taken you on a ride through some revealing designs of Asheville here tonight.